Welcome everyone to another episode of Kiwi Talks. My name is Reece Riley and my guest today is Carlos Hicks. He is the winner of the 2018 King in the Ring and he's on his way to becoming champion in the UFC, I hope.
Yes sir, yes sir.
So thanks for coming through, bro.
Pleasure, bro, pleasure.
So first off, I just want to know how you got into all this. What was the drive to get into kickboxing?
Well, it was never the plan, you know, like rugby, growing up, rugby was always the thing.
Yes, it is very
especially for like a Fijian boy coming from Fiji, right. You know what I mean? That we only had rugby. Rugby was the only sort of way out, you know what I mean? Yep. I got into fighting when I moved down to Hamilton.
Yeah. Because where were you before?
I was in Auckland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Yeah. So I moved down to Hamilton for work. Shout out to Main Freight. I've been there. It'll be 10 years next year. February.
Damn.
Yeah. So
veteran, bro.
Straight out of school, bro. Straight out of school. So I moved down. Worked for a little bit, and I met a dude, Arrogance, Gilbert, Ace. Shout out to Ace. He was doing it at the time, and I remember everyone was just like, yo, Ace is the kickboxer, blah blah blah, and I was still sort of I was still training and stuff for rugby, but with my work hours and that, it was almost impossible to perform at my best while working because I was on the night shift, right? So he started. I was on the graveyard shift, so we started at 11, finished at 9, and then most of my games on the weekend will be about 12.
Bro.
yeah, and then I couldn't make rugby trainings because that's at 6 o'clock most nights. So that I just got too much for me, and Ace was doing that, and then he was like, bro, the actual story was how we got started into it was I actually had like a random spar with this guy, Rob Billington. Shout out to Rob. He was another dude on my shift at the time. He was an older dude. He's I think he was like Kyokushin champ guy, and he was cool, but there was like a little bit of we were like not really vibing that much, and then I was just like, wow, man. And then Ace goes, why don't you have a spar? And I was just like, yeah, like I'm keen, like. And then so Ace asked me, have a spar, and then Rob was just like, yeah, and it seemed like he was just like wanting to give me hiding, you know what I mean? So when he goes, yeah, and I saw the confidence in his and then I looked at Ace and I was like, damn, I don't know how to kickbox, bro. So that was on a Monday, and then I go, bro, you got to show me how to kick.
Yeah.
And then so he's just like, yeah, just come through on Monday, and so I went there Monday, just learned, got the sort of the basics down, and we had planned to spar on Wednesday.
Yep.
Right, and then so Tuesday again came, and then I went over early, and I was like, bro, just boom, 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 and then Wednesday, that's when we're supposed to spar. And it was funny because the night before I was watching like heaps of Mike Tyson videos, trying to hype myself up, you know, and then like we had this spar, and then were you like, man, why am I doing this? Yeah, well, it was, you know what I mean? Like growing up in Auckland, you sort of, fighting was just normal, you know what I mean? But when it's not planned, it's easy, you know what I mean? But when it's planned, you know that it's coming. It's like, okay, sweet. So we had that spar, and I did all right. We did all right. Like, and then like, Ace asked me, he goes, bro, would you ever fight? Have you ever thought about fighting? And I was like, nah, it's not really my buzz. At the time I was more happy just going to town, like partying, bro. You know what I mean? Like just drinking, drugs, just whatever. And I was not really keen, but I figured since I wasn't, like I couldn't make rugby training, and the trainings were like almost non-existent anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, I might as well just do this for fitness. You know what I mean? Just start this, and I don't know. I thought it was about 3 months, and then he goes, "Bro, do you want to fight?" sort of thing. And I was just like, "Nah, not really, bro. Just let me train, for a bit." And then I just trained, and then he was just like, "Nah, I got you a fight." And I remember I remember my first fight, sitting in the changing rooms. I was in my head, I was just like, who the hell told you could fight? You know what I mean? Like, and these guys,
So the voices.
yeah. And these guys are like pissing in my ears, saying, you know, bro, you're the man. Like, you know, or just telling me all these nice things. You know what I mean? And I was just like, shut up, you know what I mean? I was just
you
like,
guys aren't here.
Yeah. And then I was just thinking, you're lying to me. Don't lie to me. You know what I mean? Don't lie. I'm the one that's got, you know. But Ace was a veteran at the time too. Like, he was a New Zealand champion and everything else. Like, having him there was a huge, like, confidence booster for me. Although I didn't feel confident, you know what I mean, at the time. So I was just in there thinking, who the hell told you could fight? Like, you know, and then I just started going, okay, one fight, that's cool. Like, win or lose, not many people have one fight. Not many people, like, have the courage to sort of step into the ring. So I was like, okay, just do it. And I honestly can't remember my first fight because adrenaline was just way too much. All I remember was walking out, I had won, and just having the sorest legs in the world and being exhausted. And I walked out and I was just like, you know, huge relief off my shoulders. And I was just like, wow, like, I can't believe I did that, you know? And that feeling, I had that feeling for the next two fights where I was in the back of the changing rooms going, who the hell told you could fight? Who the hell told you could, you know, you idiot? Like, and then I kept saying, okay, 2 fights, that's all good, 2 fights. And then 3 fights, sweet. And then after the third fight, I was just like, maybe I could.
Maybe I can do this.
Maybe I could be all right at this, you know? And then now, I don't know how many fights now, like close to 40 fights now. And I'm still loving it. And I'm still loving it.
That's cool, man. So, you know, the first time you got knocked out, did that set you back quite a bit in terms of like the psychological aspect of it? Because I think a lot of people don't realize with, you know, kickboxing or MMA or anything, like there's as much of a physical side to it as there is a psychological side. You have to psychologically be in the right frame of mind.
Well, it's fighting. I think fighting's probably 90% mental, you know, like you have to, because it's not normal. You know what I mean? It's not normal. Like, instinctually, like we are sort of we're bred to survive, right? Not really bred for just straight combat. You know what I mean? Like, we've got all the attributes for, like, but it's mainly to survive. Like, you're coming after my family, I'm gonna protect them.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
right.
You know what I mean? And so it's mental. It's mental. Getting knocked out, It was definitely an eye opener, I think, because that's everybody's biggest fear when they start fighting. I don't want to get knocked out. I don't want to, you know. I wonder what it's like, because you watch videos of dudes getting knocked out,
and you're like,
oh no, like, bro, you know, that sometimes that'll put fighters off. You know, I think when it happened to me, it was definitely. It sucked, you know, it was like just the shittest feeling ever. But I think what I was more afraid of was how everybody would react to it, rather than how I would feel afterwards. You know what I mean? How people would, you got knocked out, maybe this isn't for you, maybe the fighting.
True.
You know what I mean? So the love and the support that I thought the support was going to change, right? I was still real early in my career, you know what I mean? I only had a handful of fights back then. So my mental state was just like, damn, no one's going to, like, who's going to love me? Like, you know what I mean?
Did you go into like a state of depression after that?
Not really. Like, I have a really good team, and I had a lot of people message me about it. A lot of coaches from other gyms actually messaged me too. One of probably my most, like, a message that I got was from Victoria Nansen.
Oh, yep.
She's like a godmother in the sport, you know. I've like so much respect and love for her. She messaged me about it, and it was just like, you know, that's what, head up, you know what I mean? Like, champs, what we do is, like, we fall down, we get back up. You know, there's no, at the end of the day, everybody that loved you before still loves you now, you know what I mean? Like, Ethan, my trainer, he he was in the back with me and talking to me, and like he said a lot of good things, you know what I mean? And like that whole week was just almost like reflection, like you know, like this, it's not that bad, you know. And that's sort of something that I've sort of taken away from that. It's not that bad, you know what I mean? Like I lost, but it
happens to everyone.
It happens, bro. And like, you know, in life there's losses, you know what I mean? It's what you do from those losses, that's what counts, right? Everybody's gonna lose. I've lost so many times in my life, and not just in the ring. You know what I mean? And every single time it's made me better. It's made me grow. You know, you don't, if you dwell on the negatives, right, that's all you're gonna attract, right?
Yeah,
so
totally.
It was.
But was there anything in particular you're like, okay, I need to work on this after it happened? Or you just like, I psychologically got to be sound. I got to be more mentally focused.
Well, it was more like this. You don't play fight. This is not play. This is not.
Nah, man,
you're
it's
not
brutal.
playing. You're not.
I mean, I got
that.
so much respect for you doing what you do, bro. Because I'm like, how would that?
Yeah.
I'm not jumping in there.
Yeah, so you can't play this game. You know what I mean? Because it is life and death. You know, people die. We just had a boxer die recently.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, it's definitely not for everyone. It's probably not for anyone really, because it's brutal.
Yeah, it's like a modern day version of like the gladiator fights.
That's exactly it. It's like, it's the, what do you call it? It's the, like the bread and show, you know what I mean? Like it's entertainment for the masses, but we're putting our bodies and our health on the line.
That's
you know?
right.
And it was just there's nothing really changed too much apart from me knowing that, damn, I'm gonna be at a stage where I'm gonna be fighting killers, and every mistake could be costly.
Yeah.
So what that did was kind of send me into overdrive. Like I want to get better. I will get better. I'm better than what I think that I am. You know what I mean? And I think that I'm the man. You know what I mean? Like that.
Well, you got to be that.
Yeah. So
you got to be like that.
Yeah. And it's just that confidence. You know, like I'm good, but I can be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's the belief that I can be better. That's what I want to keep striving for. Like I'm better. You know, I'm gonna be better.
Yeah.
So,
you've been doing a bit of training under Eugene.
yeah, I have.
Yeah?
I have. Because
How was that?
It's cool, bro. I don't know.
I've watched a few interviews with him, and he seems like a really nice, down to earth, humble guy.
He is. He's the most. It's almost like talking to a Jedi master.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when he's patting me and everything. Because I just started training. Like I used to go up quite a bit and spar with the city boys and stuff, and we got a pretty good relationship. Like with Ethan and Eugene, they have a really good relationship. So I can go up and spar and stuff like that. With Eugene, I sort of started going up more. I go up 3 times a week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's a long drive, and it's like early mornings.
Bro. Well, that's why it'll be good once the Huntley
Yeah, I know. So with him and with the boys at City, just being around those dudes, it's almost like you just get better walking into the gym. You know what I mean? The vibe there. And when with Huge, I remember the first time he patted me, and he was just like real effortless and just showing me all these little, and it's all about like small mistakes. It's not like he changes things, like just these little things. That's the difference between like.
Can you give me an example?
Like, so I'm hit straight onto you, right? And right now you can hit me.
Yeah.
If I step about like half a step to the right, your right hand can't touch me now, but mine can.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's all these little changes, all these little angles that that he sort of implements into the game. I mean, you can see how CKB, like the City Kickboxing boys, they're like on another level. There's levels to this game, you know what I mean? And that's a testament to all the coaches there, you know, Mike Angove, Eugene, Doug, you know, Atusta, and like these dudes are like, their heads together will create the ultimate transformer, you know what I mean? You know? Or if they were Dragon Ball Z, everybody's like fusing, you know? And like these guys will make like the ultimate brain. So, and that's that with Huge, just learning from him and just hearing him talking, it's like fighting is just almost like it's second nature to him.
Would you move to Auckland to train under him permanently if the opportunity came up?
Well, yeah, I had we were going to.
Yeah.
My wife and I were going to move up, and like my family, and when you said that it was all right, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and then so when I started this MMA transition, Eugene said you're going to have to come more, so you probably might need to move to Auckland.
Yeah.
So we started looking for a house in Auckland, and this was like 4 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago.
Oh yeah.
Started looking for a house and everything, and it was mainly the cost of the travel and stuff like that was going to hurt me, like with because it's like, I don't know, $120 a day if I was to drive up and back. You know what I mean?
From Hamilton to Auckland.
to Auckland.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do that drive quite a bit.
Yeah, so it's and then my car, like not that one, my Murano, it costs quite a bit, it's V6 and it goes. And plus I'm constantly driving slow. My wife's listening, I'm constantly driving the speed limit, so it would cost but I sort of with Main Freight we I've been there for a long time, and they've always been real supportive of my fighting, especially Dennis Laws. He's the branch manager of Main Freight, and he's always had my back since day one. So we came to like a type of agreement where like I could go and come, and it won't be too much of an expense to me. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
that's cool.
It's more like a Main Freight sponsorship sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Like, I mean, I'm grateful, bro, and blessed that these dudes like actually believe in me and like in what I'm doing. And
it's because some companies will be like, nah, you have to be here.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got a lot of leeway with Main Freight. I've been
that's cool.
Almost 10 years. So it's if Dennis didn't, if we didn't have that conversation, I think I would have moved, because I told him I was going to move up to Auckland. I sort of tell him a lot of my plans, because I've been with him for 10 years, and he's, we chopped it up and we came to something, and it was cool. Like, now I can just travel and then come back and then go to work, you know what I mean? Like, so it's...
So will you use that train maybe when that launches next year?
Maybe, I don't know. Well, where the gym is located, it's
because I would imagine like just driving there would be tiresome. Like, driving is just get over it. Yeah, because when you drive up, do you drive up on your own? Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. So you get there, you're probably like tired from just driving. Yeah. And then you have the train and stuff.
And then train. It is tiring. I hate driving. Like, full stop. It's so boring. Like, I'm working for Main Freight. Like, I work around truckers and stuff. They love it. They love driving. And I'm just like, far out. Driving to Auckland sucks for me, because I'm just like, it's boring. But I just keep the goal where I'm going makes it all worth it. You know what I mean?
Totally, man.
So,
you'll reap the reward.
Exactly. So I know where I'm going. I've seen it. I've seen the end of this journey. Like, I've seen that. You know what I mean? So it's not everything in between is just something I got to do.
I think like a lot of those MMA dudes and even kickboxers, you guys seem like one big family. Like, particularly the City Kickboxing dudes, like Dan, Izzy, Eugene. They all seem like one big family and all work together in conjunction with each other. That's probably why they're so good. Yeah, for sure. Because it's you've trained with all of them, haven't you? So
it's like when one person wins, we all win. I mean, Izzy's the champ. Yeah, now, man. You know what I mean? And that's put New Zealand on the map. And I've been saying this for a long time. Like, this country, we breed the best fighters in the world. We're all born, like, a lot of us are born, like, I was born in Fiji. Izzy's like, we're born elsewhere. But something about here, the coaches, the minds here, they take your attributes and just make it better. Yeah. So now New Zealand's on the map. We've always been...
Yeah, particularly when it comes to, like, say, film and sports, I reckon, like, we're like underdogs, but we always push above our weight.
Exactly.
Like, we're only a population of, like, just under 5 mil.
That's it. Like it's funny because we breed greatness in all sort of aspects of like everything, like film, what you said, you know, sports. Our sports is crazy. Like how many champion teams do we have? It's mental. And then now with combat sports coming through, there's this new wave of like fighters coming up, and like from the grassroots level, it's mental. I watch these kids and I'm like, imagine if I was that good when I first started. You know what I mean? And these kids only have 2-3 fights, and I'm just like, that's amazing. Like these guys are just we're taking over. New Zealand's taking over.
It'd be cool to see like more funding into this area though, because you know how all the funding seems to go into like rugby, cricket. Yeah. So it'd be cool to see. Like I'm hoping that with Izzy being champ, you know, it's raised the bar a lot, and people are finally taking notice. Like even with Izzy being champ, like he hasn't got as much media attention in New Zealand as I thought he would. Like it's still all the All Blacks and stuff. I'm like, yo man, this dude just won.
Nah, politics, bro. You know, politics. These guys. It's almost like people think it's too barbaric. Well, it is, but they're forgetting that these dudes are athletes. They prepare themselves. Like they're athletes, right? And they're almost like, you gotta be perfect going into this. You're like your training, your eating, your mental state, and everything. And that's so much like they're just like the All Blacks, but in one person. You know, and no stone unturned. You gotta
I reckon prepare. Even more so because you know there's no team.
It's an individual sport.
So even psychologically, you have to be on point. Man. You have to be in that state. I think I've seen Izzy on interviews say, you know, you have to embrace the darkness.
Embrace the darkness. That's it, man. You gotta go dark. You gotta go dark because it's just you in there. And there's certain trainings that where you go to this dark place where it prepares you for just.
So how do you prepare yourself mentally for it? Do you do like meditation? Do you just listen to some really angry music? I don't know.
Nah. I think the training is...
The training?
Yeah, the training's... Ethan's like... he's... Have you watched Rocky? You know how... what's his name? Ivan Drago? And he's just like, if he dies, he dies sort of thing.
That's right.
That's how it's got to be. That's how it's got to be because like we do these things... they're like bands. So we sprint uphill while Ethan's pulling us back, and then you got to go and do max pull-ups, and then you go again. You go again. So we start our camp doing 6, which is hard. Yeah. And then we end our camp doing 10. So the week before the fight, we do 10. And that is more mental than anything else because your legs and your body gives out, but then everything else starts. Yeah. Like you just got to push through it. Like it's painful and you just got to push through it.
I mean, I watched some of your training videos on Instagram, bro, and I'm like, damn, they look intense, man. Yeah. I saw one where, what was it? Your coach was like punching you just in the abdomen.
Yeah, bro. He loves that. He loves that. It's just body.
How long does he do that for?
Body conditioning. So we go 20 on each part of the body. So 20 kicks, 20 kicks on 10 kicks on the outside, 10 kicks on the inside, 10, then 20 punches.
And that's just to train it to...
It's just getting used to being hit. Yeah. You know, and then like kicks on the ribs, kicks on the... He's not doing 100% power, but enough for
you don't want to break any bones or anything.
Yeah. We have a dude, Michael, he just won the South Pacific, I think. Yeah, IKBF South Pacific. He's a kid from our gym, and he's mental. He's way harder than I am for sure. Like he's just crazy, you know. He's just and Ethan usually like when we're training, he said, "Oh, Michael can do too, man." I'm just like, "Bro, smash Michael." I love him. You know what I mean? He's like a little brother. You know what I mean? We're brothers. You know, and he's hard, man. He's crazy. I just watch him and go, "Fuck, how are you so hard?" You know, but it's the training, and he's on a mission right now. He's on a mission. He's gonna be a world champ within 3 years, I think. So
and that motivates you more.
Yeah, definitely, because I gotta keep pushing. Like these boys are coming for me, you know. I'm a senior in my gym in the House of Pain. I'm a senior there, but then these kids are coming up and like they're getting better and better. So I gotta continuously keep trying to push myself, you know, get myself higher. And and it's cool. It's good for me to have somebody chasing, you know, wanting to be alpha.
Yeah,
you know,
and you're like, nah.
I'm like, nah,
I gotta keep this spot, man.
Yeah, I gotta stay alpha. You know what I mean? So
So,
that's cool.
so in terms of fitness, so how do you train every day?
Yeah.
Yeah. For how long? How many hours?
It depends what I'm doing. Mondays is usually endurance and stuff, so it's just it's sort of hard in a short amount of time.
Right.
So
Like an hour, 2 hours? Like what do you?
yeah, about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I think with the endurance, that's just non-stop work. Non-stop work for about 40 minutes, and then everything after that is just a little bit extra. So you just constant, your heart rate's like max.
Yeah.
Your lungs are maxed out, and then you just sort of taper. Tuesdays I do strength and conditioning with Bill Smart.
Yeah.
Smarter Performance. Shout out to Bill. That's been good. Wednesdays I'm at City. So Monday and Wednesday I'm at City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays.
So you drove up Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
What is that in the morning in the harbour?
Mornings. Yeah.
Like
mornings.
what time in the morning?
I gotta get to Auckland by 9 on Mondays, because that's kickboxing's at 9 and MMA's at 10.
Oh, true.
Yeah, and on Wednesdays I can't do the 9 because of work.
Oh, bro, and that's because of traffic and stuff.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
might have to leave at like, what, 5?
Yeah. No. I leave at about 7.
7?
Yeah.
And you get there within 2 hours?
Yeah, I gotta get there. Yeah, because
usually traffic on the southern motorway is like really
yeah, it's
bad in the
mental.
morning.
That's I think. Oh well, I sort of leave 2.5 hours. Like I gotta, I get up and then because the hard thing is just waking up, because I finish work most days at about 2
in the morning.
2 a.m. Yeah.
Bruh.
And then I gotta sort of drag myself out of bed. So I finish work at about 2. I get home about.
Have you ever asked like Dan or Izzy, like in terms of what they did in their early stages, you know, before, well, particularly with Izzy, before he was making bank like he is, you know, when you're struggling, when you're that up and coming dude, and like you're probably trying to balance a job while training, and because obviously in the beginning, like you're not making much money out of this thing, so it's like you're pretty much working twice as hard, really, because you're doing your standard job and you're training as well. So.
Yeah. No, I haven't. Like I think with me, I love my job that I've got.
Well, that's good. That's
know,
good.
so-
if you hated your job, that would be worse.
I mean, if I didn't like where I'm at, I would definitely like stop it, because I can get a job like anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I know enough people where I could probably get the same amount of money doing less work. Somewhere else, you know, with better. But I like my job, and I'm pretty loyal to Dennis and to the company. So it's not just because they've put so much into me, and they've like trusted in me.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not really that hard, because it works for me. The biggest thing is the sleep. You know, like I feel like sleep's a waste of time, but we gotta do it, eh?
Bro, I feel the same, man. Like, I don't want to sleep, man. I feel like it's a waste of time. Totally feel that, but you got to do it to recuperate.
Yeah, exactly. And there's just not enough time in the day to do
Everything
you
that
know
you
what
want
I
to
mean?
do, yeah.
Yeah, and especially like this MMA thing, like I gotta try and keep my striking on point, because that's my bread and butter. And then I gotta also try and fit in my jiu-jitsu and wrestling and everything else, you know, and then it's just
Because
like,
what do you think your weakest would be grappling, do you think?
yeah, it's definitely my ground stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that like, because I just started that this year, you know. That's definitely my weakest at the moment. The boys at Core, where I do my jiu-jitsu, they're, you know, Carlo and Joseph and Chris, they're like jiu-jitsu assassins, right? And then they put a lot of time into me. Like I go and I haven't done it like this week. I've sort of taken this week off. I haven't done it at all this week, but they put a lot of time into me, and like, you know, just little things. It's all there's little hand movements and stuff. It's real complicated. Like it's a whole nother.
Well, you watch these dudes and they make it look easy.
Oh man, they flow. It's just like, you know, this is what they do. It's like breathing to them. You know, these jiu-jitsu, these black belts. It's just, and it's amazing. And what it's done for me, it's made me almost love the sport again. You know, it's like I just started fighting again.
Yeah,
you know. So it's just like this new thing that I wanna get
something new, a new challenge. So to speak.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember when I first started jiu-jitsu, I was like, I went over my first week, bro. I was there and then I was just getting like hammered by everyone, you know, and like some of these dudes were smaller than me, and I was just getting like checked out and everything. I remember going and sitting in the car after about 3 days of doing it and looking at myself in the mirror, and I was just like, I suck at this. Like, damn, this sucks. I gotta do this all like every day. How am I gonna get better at this, you know? But I think I stayed pretty consistent at the start, and then I started getting better and better and better. And then the dudes, they were like dominating me early on. I've sort of gone past them, you know what I mean? Now, you know, like I'm not up to like the higher belt levels, but everybody that's a white belt like me, I feel like I'm pretty confident that I'm probably the best white belt out there.
Sorry about
saying that. Or I'm gonna be soon, you know. So I just need to do some comps and just keep training and stuff, and I'm gonna get there.
That's cool, man. So in terms of like nutrition and stuff, do you have to just stick to like leaf greens and protein, like chicken and spinach and stuff?
If I'm cutting weight, and then if I have to diet for a fight, I will eat. I eat fairly good. Like, I don't like scorched almonds is the only thing that I
We're smashing this at the end of the show because Carlos has been craving them.
Yeah. So scorched almonds is probably the only chocolate of sweetness that I eat.
That you eat.
Yeah, I don't.
But like, what's your diet like? Do you eat like every 3 hours, or you just, or is there specific foods that you avoid? Obviously, like sweets and all that.
Yeah. So I'm not really a sweet.
So like what do you have in the mornings when you get up and you eat?
Just eggs, pretty much.
Just eggs?
Eggs, and I have
egg whites or eggs?
Eggs, just eggs on toast. If I'm cutting weight, it'll just be egg whites and spinach.
I thought you might be doing one of those ones where you crack it.
No, some Rocky play some. Nah, just eggs and spinach. I've sort of grown to love porridge and like oats and stuff. Yeah.
Do you have like a cheat day though? Where you go smash KFC or something?
Yeah. Like, I don't eat like perfect what you'd think that a fighter, because when like,
well, Well, this, you know what I mean? Like, I don't to know. So fighters, like, we eat heaps. Like, if you know a lot of these high level dudes, like, we eat like pigs. You know what I mean? Because the training is mental, so you got to sort of fill yourself up. Like, I love my food. Like, I can eat so much. I go to like Victor. He's one of my sponsors in Victor's Palace. Oh, Victor, bro, I love that place.
You know, and then like when I go there, like I spend up large there. You know, I'm just like, okay, let's order everything and then eat. So there's no specific diet that I follow, but I think sugars is probably the biggest thing that,
because there's some foods though, you know, like it can actually affect you mentally. Like, I find, like, let's say, for example, like, if I eat butter chicken, then I always feel tired after I eat it. You know what I mean? So, like, there's certain foods, they're just like, I don't want to train. Well,
so you don't want to eat, like, too heavy. Like, I usually train on an empty stomach. I don't. So all those trainings that you saw, that's me with no food in me.
Well, you got to kill a six pack, bro. So I'm just like, damn, it's motivating me to get back in the gym.
You should, bro. I try to do that intermittent fasting. So have.
Oh, true. You do that.
Yeah. So I try to do it. Like, obviously, if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. You know, I'll have eggs or something like that. But
usually, if you're so into something though, like, you'd probably forget to eat anyway.
Yeah, that's it. Like, the trainings that I do, as hard as it is, afterwards I don't feel hungry at all. Like, I just want to just drink water, you know, and then I cannot eat and just water myself, you know, like I cannot eat for a while. You know, and like, especially when you're cutting weight, like, it's easy to just not eat. Like,
so do you cut weight just before a fight? Yeah. Like, what are we talking, like a month, 2 months?
Nah, so I walk around at about 82. Yeah, so I walk around, and that's like eating whatever.
Yeah.
Really. So when I start dieting, I diet to about 80. So I just lose 2.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so I lose 2 kilos, and then the last 5 kilos is just water weight.
Water.
Yeah, water weight. Some dudes lose 10 kilos. Like,
So you dehydrate yourself pretty much.
yeah, pretty
Just
much.
before, like what, like a day before the fight?
But so just before weigh-in. So we weigh in on Friday,
Yeah.
and after the weigh-ins, then you can just rehydrate.
Yeah.
know,
so
so-
what's the reason why that is? Is that
I'm
just
not-
is that just so you have more fluidity
Well,
of movement?
What, to dehydrate yourself?
yeah.
No, I think it's just mainly to make weight. Like, I think we get paid to make
Of course. Yeah.
you know, to make weight. So basically, we're getting paid to make weight, because the fight's easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the hardest part of any fight camp is probably just the weight.
Yeah.
The weight, you know, because you get so used to eating food,
Hmm.
then you're gonna have to eat egg whites and spinach. And that's my buzz.
That's it.
That's my buzz, bro. I'm just like,
Egg white, eggs and spinach.
everybody's eating like around me, and I'm just like eating.
Oh, that
my-
would suck, bro.
Yeah, I did at the start, bro. But now it's just like, you eat that.
Well, probably because you've been motivated and because you've won fights and, and King of the Ring and stuff. How
Yeah.
did that feel when you won King of the Ring, by the way?
Felt good, bro.
Yeah.
It was almost like I proved to myself that I am better than I thought I was.
Yeah,
You
and
know
I
what
think
I
it put you on the map too.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, for sure. I would have loved it. I would have liked it to be in Auckland, that show, because then I would have had way more support coming through. But it was in
Oh,
Wellington.
yeah, there's a lot of Fijians
yeah,
in Auckland, bro.
yeah. So
They all come down here during the sevens, man.
yeah, and it's cool that I get a lot of Fijians coming to my shows as well. So I see flags in the arena and stuff like that, which is cool. Winning that King of the Ring was good. It was like, it was definitely something that I kept visualizing when I was in China. You know, I knew.
Oh yeah, because you stayed in China for a bit. eh?
Yeah. I lived there for about a year and a half.
What was the reason for that?
I got a contract fighting on Wuling Fong.
Ah,
It's
yes,
So
yes.
same sort of deal that Izzy and all of that were on when they
that's
went
right.
through. So it was. Oh damn! I just moved your carpet.
Ugh, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. So I went there. I went there with a couple of boys. We got housed, and we stayed in gyms, and just they looked after us, and we just fought. That was pretty much. It was just.
But was it hard adapting to the different way of life there though than here?
not
Like no Facebook, no Google.
Yeah, nah, not really, bro.
Or were
Like,
you just so intense with training and it's just like
it was. I treated it like it was a job, you know. So it was training and then sightseeing. Fun, you know. Like
Well, you have like a great opportunity with the type of industry that you're in terms of like if you're staying in another country, I actually think it helps you mentally. You gain perspective as well.
Yeah, and it was like you're by yourself.
Yeah, and it teaches you the ability to adapt as well.
Exactly. Like I think I probably a lot of the boys that I was there with, they laugh because like I had the whole China experience, like compared to everyone. Like I went on a 24-hour train ride to Mongolia, and then on a 3-tier bunk bed with like other Chinese people that I didn't even know, right?
Oh, true.
Oh man, like I've got all my footage on my GoPro. I really want to put that on the vlog, one of my vlogs. But I did that. I went on this whole Mongolian thing where I rode horses and I rode quad bikes with like spears and stuff like that. It was amazing.
Oh, bro, I'll be keen to see the footage, bro.
Yeah, no, it was cool. And then I got a job at this Olympic feeder school as well. So I was by myself a lot in China. I got a job at this Olympic feeder school where, like, you know, in China they a lot of kids, they start doing a specific sport from a very young age. And and the school that I was at, that it was one of those schools where so if you're a sprinter, you're like, you know, you go learn that basketball, boxing, kickboxing, and these kids start from when they're about 5 all the way to 18. They stay in the school and only do this sport, right? Then so I got a job training just the kickboxers, just the kickboxing side of things, and that was cool. There was nobody else in that city. I was in Chaoyang. It was sort of just.
How difficult was to train them though with the language barrier?
Not really, bro, because everything.
Because it's more
everything's
visual.
Yeah, everything's visual when you're training fight. Like, you know, you just got to learn the basics, like san. That's like 1, 2, 3, and like and combos.
Can you speak basic Mandarin or anything?
Nah, not to save my life, bro. I just know how to say what's this, you know, and like, because that was pretty much one of my first things that I learned there was to ask what type of food this is. So I was like, 这个是什么? You know what I mean? Like, can I eat this meat or is it random? You know, so that was a really cool experience. It was lonely, definitely lonely, but we had WeChat, so I could call and talk to people at home.
WeChat? What's that?
WeChat's like the Chinese version of.
I thought you said weed chat for a minute.
No,
I was like, bro.
You get. I think you get shot in China. I think that's so illegal there.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Not in Shanghai though. We had some in Shanghai. It was pretty buzzy. But yeah, WeChat is like the Chinese social media. Everybody.
So it's like Facebook and WhatsApp and all that stuff.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I could still contact like my family and stuff over here. So it was lonely when I didn't have internet.
Yeah, man. Well, internet these days is kind of as important as water and power.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if the internet goes out, you know about it, man.
Yeah. People get lost.
Like, man, what do I do?
We rely on it so much. It's mental.
Yeah, it's crazy because everything's going digital. So you just pretty much need it.
Yeah, man.
If someone does like an EMP or something on like a, you know, one of those EMP devices which wipes out like an electric,
all the network. Yeah,
for like a whole country.
I think that's probably that's
what World War III will be.
Yeah. That's
It'll
like
be
the
like a digital
next huge terrorist attack. It'll just wipe off everyone's internet. That'll be. I don't even want to think about that actually. Yeah,
well, that pretty much isolates you from the whole world. I mean, New Zealand's isolated anyway, so
it'd
be twice as bad here.
Hard.
Yeah. So you go to Fiji much?
I used to quite often when my grandmother was alive. I don't do it as much now. I used to go probably like every year almost. Yeah, but my grandmother died in 2016, I think 15. But yeah, when she passed away, it was just like not really.
Do you still have family there though?
Yeah. I've got.
But you were super tight with her.
Yeah. I think our whole family she was like the glue. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The matriarch, so to speak.
Yeah. So I think when she passed, it was just not like we got. The last time I went there actually was when I got married, which was 2 years ago, and that was the last time that we went.
I've been wanting to go for a while, eh? So.
You should, bro.
Yeah.
It's an amazing place. Yeah. Like the people are cool, and everything's just easy there. Like, chill. I want to go.
I mean, it's chill here, but not as chill as there.
Yeah, because
I always say like New Zealand is like the middle ground between like the big cities that are like you know just busy, you know, the hustle and bustle, and the islands like Samoa, Fiji, Niue, and stuff where it's super chill. Like it's in the kind of in the middle.
We're pretty laid back here.
Yeah,
you know, it's not as serious. Things aren't as serious here, so that's pretty cool.
You notice it when you start going overseas and you're seeing other places. You're like, oh, okay.
And everyone's just on edge.
Yeah, I went to London, bro, and like in the underground train station. Yeah, go smash the water, bro. And everyone's like rushing to their trains and everything. I'm just like, oh man, just chill. Calm down.
Relax, eh?
Yeah, but people are just so in a rush to like get everywhere, like fast.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are you racing for?
Yeah. But then foreigners come here and they're like, man, New Zealand's too slow. I'm like, what?
Nah, this is like, you're just too fast, bro. This is how we operate.
Yeah, man, just take your time. Take your time.
Like I operate on such a slow, low frequency. You know, I'm just like, my wife hates it. I think growing up, I was always just like, alright, why is everybody in a rush?
Yeah,
don't be in a rush. Just chill, man. Like whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. We'll get there.
Yeah,
you know, just relax.
Yeah, gotta be in the right mental state. Man.
Yeah. No, it's exactly. No, I don't know. Everything's too fast nowadays, and it's just like just relax.
Well, losing the ability to just, you know, self-reflection and just spending time with your peers and people that matter most. I mean, I know some people overseas, man, they don't even see their own family. because they're too busy. Like they got to travel ridiculous, ridiculous amount of time just to get to their work, and then they're still there, 8-9 hours, and they get home, and like if you have a kid or something, and then the kid you don't even get to see your kid growing up because you're too busy like working. Like I understand, like you gotta pay the bills and stuff, but
people get caught up in it. People get caught up in just trying to make a life where they forget what's really important. Your family. Like I'm busy a lot, but I always try.
Yeah, you sound busy.
You know what I mean? I always try and make time for my family. Like
So how do you do that with training?
Yeah.
And with your work?
Yeah.
Like, how do you fit in the time to?
So with work, while I'm at work, I come home to have dinner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yes, because I live not far from Main Face, so
perfect.
On my breaks I go home and then I see my wife and see my kids, and it's like it's real cool.
You probably would not be able to do that in Auckland, bro.
Nah, definitely
like,
not.
Traffic.
Yeah, and then break over, hey, and you haven't even gone 30 minutes down the road.
Yeah, like it was something I noticed when I first moved down here from Auckland. Like I gained an extra 3 hours a day, and at first I was like, "Oh man, I'm bored. I got to find stuff to do," because you got all this extra time all of a sudden. Because I'd been conditioned to just always be sitting in traffic.
That's most of your time, right?
Yeah, and now because I've adapted to the lifestyle here, when I do go up to Auckland, like I hate traffic like so much more than I used to, and because it's gone way worse too.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think we need a cap on those. How many cars we have on the road, eh?
Yeah. Well, I've had a few politicians on here, and they're talking about like improving public transport and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Our public transport is pretty terrible. I mean, you've been to China, man. Like the public transport there is way better than here.
It's amazing. It's clockwork there. Yeah, clockwork. It's not a minute late.
Yeah,
everything's just like boom, boom, boom. You missed your train. There's another one coming 2 minutes later.
That's probably the double-edged sword of us being chill, right? We're just like, oh nah, it's all good.
Yeah. Like it's all right. We'll get there.
Yeah. So you went to Christchurch recently, eh?
Yes.
Was that what was that for? Was that?
I went to visit family.
Oh yeah, but you did some training while you were down there because I've been watching your vlog. Bro.
Yeah. Wayne.
Make sure you watch it.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah. The real Carlos Hicks. I've been pretty slack lately. With like leading up to my fight and then just the fight week and everything.
Oh yeah. Well, but your main priority has got to be that than vlogging.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I have videos. I just haven't uploaded anything. And Ernest, my video vlogging guy, he's busy too. He's having a baby soon. Congrats, bro. I just saw that. Yeah.
So does he edit them?
Yeah, he edits my videos because I'm pretty useless at it, and like I just send him my videos and go,
yeah, you do it.
I go, here, bro, this is how it's, you know what I mean? And then he does his thing, like he edits it real good compared to my first vlog and like everything else.
One of the things I love about your vlogs is because you got hip hop music playing in it.
Yeah. Nah, I love it. He knows me.
Yeah.
So he knows like the vibe and the feel that I want with my vlogs. So
what made you decide to start a vlog?
I don't know.
Did somebody suggest it? Be like, hey man, you should start.
Well, I've been thinking about it for a while now. Like I've got like I was wanting to start this like a podcast. And everything, and I've got like my I've got 2 mics. I've got that. I haven't got my laptop yet. I got a laptop, but it's not really. I want a Mac, and
Macs are where it's at.
Yeah. Well, everyone tells me about it, and I've been wanting to start it for a while. Like I think with my podcast and stuff like that, I just haven't had the time to do it. Like I bought everything, I just haven't had the time to set everything up.
Yeah, well, I think even like Dan and Izzy, they've got a podcast called
Frenemies.
But I think there hasn't been a few episodes for a while.
Yeah, but it's because they're too busy.
Because they're too busy.
You can't really say. I'm that's where I'm at the moment. With my podcast and my vlog.
But you got a lot of connections though, so you could easily get like a lot of those boys on your podcast.
Yeah. I know that. Like I could get my subscribers 0 to 100 real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but I just haven't had the time to set it up.
Yeah.
And plus I feel like this is amazing, bro. You're doing this. I thought there was like a whole, because watching some of your podcasts, I was just like, oh, the bro probably has like, Jamie pulled that up, some Joe Rogan.
Nah, bro.
Some Joe Rogan.
Bro, I mean, hey, this is heavily inspired by Joe Rogan, but I don't have a Jamie guy, man. I have to do everything literally on my own.
And that's amazing. Like I walked in here going, yo, the bro's got it sussed, you know. Like, I was honestly half expecting, like, you know,
another dude,
John just looked us up for us.
Bro, it'd be cool to have that, man. It would be cool to have that, but you know, like you, bro. Like I hold down a full-time job well, and I just do this on the side.
Yeah,
I'm quite lucky with my work because they give me the flexibility to be able to do this. But yeah, part of the reason I like to do it is because I don't know, man. There's not that many podcasts in New Zealand. When you think about it, and a lot of people in New Zealand listen to American podcasts. Yeah. They don't listen to New Zealand podcasts. Yeah. So I was like, yo, man, this is a good way of doing it. And I was inspired by Joe Rogan. So I'm like, why don't I put like a New Zealand spin on the Joe Rogan
and
format?
You're doing well, bro. Like your YouTube's like climbing up fast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's real good. And because like prior to this, like I did hip hop. Like I rapped and I was a hip hop producer and stuff. So I can still incorporate that. Like when I have like a hip hop guest on, they bust some lines at the end.
I just finished watching the Anonymouz one. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and he busted out piano at the end.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
He was cool, man. Like I've admired that guy for ages, so it was real cool that he came through. Yeah, that's another cool thing because I get to like meet cats like that.
Yeah, NZ hip hop. We're getting there, you know.
Yeah. The peak was kind of in the 2000s, I thought, with like Scribe,
Decepticons and that. Yeah. Nah.
There's no one really like huge popping off at the moment, but. Yeah, hopefully it happens again at some point. But yeah, I just try to help these dudes out when I can.
Yeah.
I've been. Have you ever watched battle rap?
Yeah.
I went to the recent event.
The One Outs.
Yeah, One Outs. Yeah, because I know the dude who runs it, man. So I got a few of those cats coming on.
What's his name? Dealer.
Yeah. So he runs it, and so some of the dudes are going to be coming through.
Yeah, I was gonna do a song with Swish, like cause
I
was gonna do a song with him. Like we actually recorded a little snippet.
So can you spit some bars? Can you?
Yeah. I think I'm alright. Like I write in my spare time. It's something that I do to unwind. Like I've got.
Would you ever do like a, you know how like Izzy did that mean as dance at the beginning of this? Would you ever do like? Spit like a little freestyle or something.
Oh no, but I've got a guy. I've got a guy that would do it for me. Like because he's the bro Fitz. He's coming up. I think if he gets his mind right, he'll be like the NZ hip hop scene is gonna sort of be surprised with what he's got. He's a conscious rapper, and I love that. I love those conscious rappers. You know what I mean?
They've got some deep stuff that they're talking about.
My stuff,
thought provoking.
So my stuff that I write, me and him will be dropping a song called "Good Times" at the end of like it's a summer vibe.
Oh yeah.
So
nice.
So I write in my spare time. Like it's something that I
like to do.
I like it, bro, because it's like it's a part of me that nobody really knows about. Yeah, and
well, they do now.
Yeah, like I love it. My wife, she likes it too. Like she didn't with my writing and stuff like that. She wasn't really like, oh, you write too much. But then I showed her some of my stuff, and she started loving it. And then I have a bro that has a studio in NGA, Emmett. He's So we've gone there and we've played around with a few things. And
oh, nice.
Yeah, I enjoy it, bro. I actually love writing. Like I do a little bit of poetry and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I'd like to get back into it, man, with podcasting now. Just don't really have the time right now. But because I was actually thinking, because D-Lo was trying to get me to enter one of those battle rap events.
Yeah.
And like I'm keen to do it because, bro, I know I could beat most of them.
Yeah.
I know that sounds arrogant.
No, bro, but
I'm just keeping it real.
Facts, bro, facts.
Yeah, keeping it real. Well, that's the thing, man. Like in New Zealand, man, we have like this tall poppy syndrome thing, right? Like in some ways it's good. Like, because then you don't end up with people like Kanye West who are just like so OTT. If you start getting arrogant, people are like, hey.
Yeah, relax.
But then like say people like Izzy, you know, people think he's like a real arrogant dude. But bro, you watch a couple of interviews with the guy, man, and you can see, I'm like, he's not. He's just in a He has to get in that frame of mind just.
But yeah, and it's like it's confidence, and you know, it's like why dim your light just because it's shining in somebody's eyes? You know what I mean? And
it's just haters.
It's like you're wishing harm on somebody that you don't even know for real. Like you see the show, right? He's real like that. Who he is there is who he is normally. Like the bro is like humble as. He's not.
So when you first met him, were you like surprised like with the person he was, or was he exactly how you thought he would be?
Well, I first met him 2000 and
Has he taken you for a ride in his new car?
nah, I seen that, bro.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, hey, like that's goals, hey, you know?
Oh, bro, the man.
Oh, when I first it's weird because he's been my favorite fighter for a long time. It's which is crazy. I remember when I first watched him fight. It was like
Ahead of his time.
yeah, he actually fought Ace. The guy that got me into fighting, Haterz. So that was and his fighting style was just amazing because it was like he just flowed, right? And when I first met him, he was just cool. He was just like, you know, I remember, and when I went and fought for my first New Zealand title in 2015, he was there.
Yeah.
You know, so and I remember winning and like turning and pointing at him. I was just like, yo, and he was just like, I don't know if he remembers this, but I was just like, yo, like, you know, and he just put it back and I was just like, told you, you know what I mean? It's just like,
that's cool, man. That's cool that you guys have that relationship, bro.
So it's cool. And then just going up to City and just seeing them and like having little spars and like, he takes it easy, but he does it. You know what I mean? Like,
so when you're sparring with him, like,
like I like you know when we're sparring, it's only about 60% or something like that.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So
you're not going.
Nah.
Monty.
You don't want to get knocked out.
Not going 100.
You know what I mean? So it's cool. It's fun, but it's like you learn at the same time. Like you get punched in the face. If you try
Like when
not
you
to.
get punched in the face, man. Because I've been punched in the face.
Yeah.
And like I'm not in a fight, like in an actual fight in front of heaps of people and stuff, and like, yo, that messes with me.
Yeah.
So like, just douche, you know.
Yeah, I think you just gotta just learn to deal with it. Getting punched in the face is not normal.
Is that the worst place to get punched or hit?
Nah, bro, nah.
Where's the worst place to get hit?
Probably in the liver.
Oh yeah, true.
Because your soul leaves your body, man, and it's just like, oh, and then like and it's because how it's probably the worst way to lose a fight. When you get punched in the liver, because you get punched, right, and then your body, you just go, everything shuts down, and then about 15 seconds later, you stand up and you're all right again.
Oh, right. So it's like temporary, like paralysis.
Yeah, it is, and it's the best feeling in the world when you land it, and then you see their soul leave their body, you know, and they're like, oh, and then you're like,
yeah,
sweet.
I got this.
10 seconds later, you win, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, it's that's probably the sorest thing. Is getting punched in the liver.
Because it's highly likely now with Izzy being champ and even Dan, like he's doing so well that the next UFC event will probably be held in New Zealand.
In New Zealand,
I think I heard Dana White mention that.
Yeah, he said he was saying that Izzy could defend his belt,
but I don't think he wants to. I think Izzy said. I think I watched the interview, or maybe it was on the AM show that he'd preferred Dan. Like in Dunedin or something.
Yeah.
Is there any way for you to possibly?
I don't know, bro. It's
I suppose it's
obviously
not your call,
it's obviously I'd love to, but it's all up to my coaches, Eugene and stuff like that. Like they
like what have they said to you? Have they said nah? Because I know with Izzy, like Eugene took his time.
Yeah. So Izzy's one was a slow run, and then he blew up. Yeah. So my one, we got a 2.5 year plan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
and when did this 2.5 year plan start?
Just this year.
Just this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just this year. So I've still got 7 more years of fighting. So within two.
Well, that's the thing with MMA and stuff. These are like short term careers.
Yeah.
Really. You can't be doing this shit when you're like 45.
Nah, bro. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm just gonna come and do my thing, bro. Win my belt, and then I'm out. You know?
So do you have like a plan of what you want to do afterwards, or you just?
Yeah. So the plan from when I first started fighting was to open up a gym in Fiji.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Give all the Fijian, like the kids there. They're all naturally.
So you'd move to Fiji and do it, or would you get someone to manage it?
So probably the first year and a bit, I would open up and I'd have to stay there.
Stay there.
Yeah, and then once it starts popping, then I'll come back here. Like it's not a money thing for me. It's more giving those boys an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, so it'll be crazy, man. I believe that in about 10, 15 years, you'll have a Fijian like world MMA champion, bro. Watch this face. Watch this face, bro.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'll be the first MMA champ, but then you're gonna see these kids come up and just be like, boom, we're here now.
That's good, man. Goals.
Yeah,
And just make sure you just block out all the haters.
Yeah. I think that's something that I'm pretty good at it. It's just when it's coming from close to home, that's the hardest thing.
This is like something I'd be interested in asking Izzy, but like, because the bigger you get, then you have to start dealing with other things like fame.
Yeah.
Like you lose your anonymity,
Yeah.
so to speak, and your family end up being involved and stuff. Like let's say if you're an MMA champion, right? You'd walk down the street and you'd probably get stopped all the time.
Yeah.
You'd go to your victor's place and people would be coming up to you wanting autographs. And you'd probably get to a point where you're just like, oh man, can I just spend some time with my family? Can I just smash my food?
Like I've thought about that, and like I've envisioned it. Like even now, like people that notice me and stuff like that, they come up to me and say, "Oh, yo, bro," and it's good.
So you're getting that already?
Yeah, but not the extent that Izzy's getting. Like locally, people know me. People come up and go, "Yo, bro, your fight was mean. Yo, bro, I'll get the odd photo and stuff like that." But it's
a selfie,
I don't know. I guess that's what comes with it, bro. You gotta be willing.
Well, you gotta be in the, because I mean, let's say for example that this podcast like blew up, then I'd have the same problem.
Yeah,
where I'd start walking down the street and people would just be like,
"Hey, Kiwi Talkz."
I think it's okay, but then when you start getting haters and stuff, but they say, what is it? They say that you're not successful until you have haters.
Yeah. That's exactly it. And I think my first real thing about with the haters and stuff like that is when I started my athletes page leading up to King of the Ring.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing people like comment on my stuff saying, "Oh, you're gonna get knocked out. Like you're gonna get knocked out again, or Blood's gonna win it," and like people just sort of doubting. You know what I mean? And saying,
do you read it though and be like, whatever? Or are you like,
well, I read it and I actually get excited. I'm just like, oh yes, hate, because then I'm doing something right? You're not succeeding unless you have haters, and then like I use it as fuel. It's not something like the only people's opinions that I really care about is probably mine and the
people close to you, in your inner circle.
My inner circle. So everybody else can have whatever they can say whatever they want. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me at all, because everybody that I care about, they're right there with me. So whether they give me bad feedback or good feedback, that's like, okay, sweet, I'll take that on board. And then everything else is just white noise. You know what I mean? It's just background.
That's what you need to get. You need to have that mind state, eh?
Yeah.
Some people got real thin skin, man.
Oh man.
Like I know some creative people, like musicians.
Yeah.
And they got real thin skin.
Yeah.
Like even some of the people I've had on this podcast. Like, because if you just go on YouTube and you read some of the comments, I mean, I get hate. Some of them I laugh because I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. It's a pretty good joke about me. But some guests I have on, they're like really upset by comments. I'm just like, hey. Social media, YouTube, it's a cesspool of negativity, man.
Yeah.
You're always just going to get haters.
That's it.
And 9 times out of 10, they're not doing anything close to the level you're on. So.
Yeah. Nobody above you is going to criticize you. It's everybody that's below you. That's the people that are going to be the loudest.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are trying to bring you down. Nobody that's doing better than you is going to be like, hey, bro, you're crap. Nobody's going to do that. It's people that are not doing as good as you are. It's the people with their insecurities. They're trying to bring you down.
Yeah, and they might not even be doing like any fitness at all or anything. So if, like Izzy and Dan, I'm sure they'll be like really supportive, just like you are of them.
Yeah. And it's usually these couch fighters, you know what I mean? Guys just like, you know what I do? You know what I mean? Like,
I should have done that.
Yeah. Oh, that's why, and then they got all these excuses.
Yeah.
Or they tell you what they would have done, and that what I would have done, bro? I would have grabbed it.
I'm like, bro, you wouldn't have done that.
Shut up. Yeah. That's why
I got friends who are like hardcore like MMA dudes, man. And they there's a whole bunch of them actually. Shout outs to them. They go to Fox's like often in Auckland when they go watch the fights there. And I know some of them are like always like, oh no, I should have done this. Not all of them, but some of them do that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, bro. This is why I don't go to like. So when the big fights happen here, I usually go to the Helm. Because
I love that place.
Yeah, because there's no like. I don't see anybody that I know, sort of thing. Like there's the odd,
you know, because you said that, and people might go there now because you said
well,
that.
I know. Bro. The Helm, bro. Shout out to the Helm. Yeah. Hopefully, I get a little bit of clout from them too.
But like, that's a restaurant, right? It's not like a bar per se.
Yeah,
you know, like when you go to an actual bar, and like even if it's not even like rugby and stuff, man, you get some people that are just so into it.
Insane,
like, chuck stuff at the screen.
Yeah. It's like
religion to them, man.
Oh, bro, it is. You know, so I go there just to watch fights because I don't really like people going, bro, what would you have done? You know what I mean, bro? You know, what would you have done? Who do you reckon's gonna? I don't like when I'm watching fights. I just like to watch a fight. You know what I mean?
You don't want to be thinking about.
No, especially when like Israel or any of the NZ boys are fighting, because I'm fully like immersed into it. Like I'm. It's almost like I'm right there with them.
So
like,
when you watched the Izzy and
I was at the Helm.
Oh, you were at the Helm.
Yeah. I was at the Helm. So and I got a little table right at the back, and I was just quiet, bro. I was just like
with the hat down.
Yeah, I was just quiet. Everybody,
You're like, come on, man.
Yeah, and it was funny because like I heard people wanting Izzy to lose and at the Helm too, and
it's because of the whole hater thing.
Yeah,
right? Because like
people hate his confidence.
Yeah, like I know like some people that just hate on him because he's like, because I think some people mistake confidence as arrogance.
Yeah,
like there is a line.
There's a line.
Yeah. But like I don't think people understand that like, yo, this guy's going in the ring, he could kill this dude. Like that's his goal. Like he wants to beat the crap out of this dude.
Yeah.
He has to be in that frame of mind. And so, but they're like, nah, he's just arrogant. He needs to be humble.
Yeah, he needs to be humble. Like, what even is that? Like, you know, if you met him one-on-one, you'll realize like he's a humble dude. You know,
yeah.
like,
I mean, anyone who hates on him, go watch an interview, bro. You see that he's like I'm talking like I know him, like we've been boys or something. But like I've seen interviews with him.
It's good for people to know. Like he doesn't care. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like. And
he's so focused, like you have to almost have like tunnel vision in terms of just you have to be so zoned in on one thing.
Yeah, exactly. And so while I was watching the fight and I'm just fully into it, you know, and I don't like other people.
Did you know he's going to do that dance at the beginning?
I didn't, but I've been at a show where he has done a dance and he's come out like one of the King of the Rings. He did that dance, and my cousin's actually one of his boys, Jesse.
Oh, true.
Yeah, he grew up with Jesse too, so it was cool seeing him on stage like that. Once I saw him do that dance, bro, I was just like, oh man, the bro's just gonna smirk this dude, you know, like.
I think when he did that dance, because it's quite uncommon. I think some people were like, oh man, this dude's so arrogant. I hope he gets his ass whipped.
Yeah. But it's like, why? Like there's confidence, bro.
Yeah,
like,
confidence.
People like would. You want that type of confidence, you know?
Totally.
Yeah, like it's like his mental state is amazing, you know, just how and I get a lot from it, you know. Like I've always been pretty confident, but like seeing.
So when you're meeting the dudes like that, you're like, that just elevates you to another level.
Yeah, and it's like I've always been very extra. I've always been very loud, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just something that is. I think it's a good thing to have though. Yeah, and then I'm like, I do it for me, you know, like it's not like I'm trying to out, you know, you. It's just like, this is who I am. I'm not gonna like.
But like the leagues, like say the UFC and stuff, they'd love that because that's great for them in terms of like promotion.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like with the fight with Whittaker, like Izzy was promoting that fight, man. Like he was pretty, like
he was.
Whittaker was keeping keeping it on the D-low, man.
Nah. It's pretty.
So you'd be like that. You'd be up there.
Would you
talk? Would you trash talk shit and be?
I'll just be. I think if somebody did talk shit to me, then I'll definitely.
Then you give it back.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. I'm. This is who I am. Like I don't think I'm as like as confident out there like Izzy is, because I'm just me. So I'm not gonna like try and go extra with it. Yeah. But I'll
But
talk.
it's a personality thing too.
Yeah.
Like your personality is very different to his.
Yeah.
Like I can tell that from just talking to you.
Yeah. So it's just like you know, I'm just gonna be me. But if somebody's gonna talk crap, then you know, just like if somebody talks crap now, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I'll start.
I think you got to know when when to take notice and when not, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a mosquito in the corner. It doesn't really matter to me.
Whatever, man.
Yeah. So, it's cool.
So when you're not training, when you're not working, what do you like to do like in your spare time?
I like to write.
Just writing bars.
Yeah, I like to write. Hang out with my family. That's pretty much it. Like my weekends and everything, it's always full on. There's always stuff to do. There's not many weekends that I have just to myself. You know, they're just. I'd like to just chill, really, and do nothing. Turn my phone off, and when I can, I got to keep my work phone on.
Of course,
but my personal phone, I just.
Yeah, turn it off.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to get caught up in the whole social media thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I usually just watch funny vids online,
on
stand
YouTube
up
and stuff.
Yeah. I like watching a lot of stand up. So that's pretty much my buzz. I just laugh, just laugh.
Do you watch just YouTube stuff, or do you go on Netflix and watch stand up? Who's your comedian?
I don't know. I really like Bill Burr. He's
bro, yeah, he's crack up, man.
He's
Love that guy.
Definitely one of my top 5 at the moment. Like Bill's crack up. Ali Sadiq, I just noticed. I just found him. He's funny, bro. There's a few Joey Diaz. He's like somebody that's. Do you know who Joey Diaz?
Yeah, I know Joey Diaz.
He's funny as too. So yeah,
he's raw, man.
He is, and you could tell that a lot of it is
filter, man. No filter,
and it's you can hear the drugs. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking doctor. Yeah, I'm a doctor. Nah. He's crack up. He's man.
Oh, true, man. Cool, bro. Well, hey, man, I might wrap it up there unless there's anything in particular you want to like to bring up.
Well, I was really wanting to talk about this whole mental health crisis that everybody's.
Yeah, we can go into that, bro.
Yeah, because I just recently lost a really good. He was one of the boys from my gym.
Yeah,
Matua. Shout out to the fams. This whole, it's getting a little bit out of hand. What
do you think the cause of it is? Because in my youth, I can relate to Izzy in some ways because I used to get bullied a lot in school, and I got really, really depressed, really suicidal and stuff. So, but I managed to get out of that. I'm not nowhere near in that state. Actually, I don't even get in that state anymore. But yeah, I know. Usually, you know someone who knows someone that's gone through this.
Yeah.
But do you see it a lot? And what do you think the?
Well, I think there's it's definitely a real thing, this depression, and I think people just need to be strong. It's easier said than done, speaking out, talk to somebody. I think
it's particularly with men, it's considered a weakness.
Well, it's our biggest killer.
Yeah.
For men, for men, so I think once we get rid of that stigma where you're not weak to speak, Ethan said it at the last show. It's not weak to speak. It's we need to be strong about talking about our feelings and to the people around us as well. We need to sort of educate ourselves on how we're gonna reach out. How can I help the bro without actually making him feel that feel small?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because nobody wants to feel like they're weak. Nobody wants to feel don't feel sorry for me. Nobody wants pity. A lot of people just want to be heard. They just want to listen, right? With the whole...
Do you think loneliness is part of it?
Yeah, it is. It's not feeling understood.
Because I know, I grew up around a lot of Fijians. I have a partner who's Indian. I understand with those communities, you guys have a tight-knit community in terms of your family and stuff.
Yeah.
I know, being a white dude, white families are not like that, man. It's what, you're 24? Okay, get out of the house.
Yeah.
Go do your own thing. I don't have much to do with a lot of my extended family. It's just not that way. So I'm wondering if you have a really tight knit family or a community for that matter, like at least you usually have someone to speak to, I would imagine.
Yeah. I think so. I think just surrounding yourself with positive people, and a lot of times, like you know, like my family's pretty close. Like my whole extended family, like my first, second, third cousins, we're all really tight. You know,
that's good though, because like if you're ever down, like you can talk to them. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And that whole extended family thing. That's probably, I'm not really sure what the stats are on.
I'd be interested to like how much of it is middle class, like the in terms of, you know, the low socio-economic class versus the middle class and upper class, and what the statistics would be. But then there's people in upper class that have all this money and all this wealth, and they're still unhappy.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that money doesn't buy happiness, man.
Yeah, well, some of the, you know, the happiest people that I know don't really come from too much, you know, because they're content. I think being content with where you're at in life, that's probably, people live in the future, so they're always anxious. They're always like, why am I not succeeding now? Why am I?
Yeah, and I think personally that social media is just it's compounded the problem, because people go on like Instagram, man.
Yeah,
like people post all this stuff on Instagram, like, oh, I think it was my partner was, you know, she was looking through her Instagram and her friend had been to all these places overseas, and she's like, oh man, like why can't we do that?
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey, you don't know what's going on, man.
That's just
That could be just
That's just
they're
highlights.
not going to post like all the negative stuff, like, yo man, this is a shit day.
Look at the times in between each post. You know what I mean? Like she posted that 3 days ago, and then she's posting that. What happened in those 3 days?
That's right.
You know,
you have no idea what's going on behind the
exactly.
scenes.
And so I think people forget that social media is just highlights of people's lives. Nobody's going to show you the bad parts. Nobody's going to, you know, there's some people who
there's some people
who post their whole lives, you know,
man.
like all the drama.
I just hung up the washing. I'm like, what?
Hey, just like,
why do you need to post that?
Drinking water.
Selfie, hashtag water.
Hashtag water. I think that's probably, like, social media has had a huge impact on what's happening now with the whole with depression and stuff like that, and it's the kids that are sort of getting it the most, you know, because this is their generation.
Well, they're growing up with this, right? Like when we grew up,
exactly.
That wasn't around.
Nah, not at all.
You know, so you got like cyberbullying and all that stuff as well.
It's just new forms of bullying, you know,
and so much pressure. You're going to be this. You're going to be that.
It's huge. Like,
like within certain communities, like I know, because with my partner being Indian and I've been to India, like the society pressures there, for example, like are insane. What's expected of you.
Not living up to what people.
And that can still, like, say if like a whole, you know, Indian family are living in New Zealand. It's not like that pressure goes away. There's still the pressure there, because it's in some ways it's like traditional.
It's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
You got to succeed, eh?
You
have to do this.
If you don't do this,
exactly. No one's gonna want you. No one's gonna want you.
You're a failure.
You're a failure, and that's it. I think I just had a conversation with my boy Fitz. He's going through a hard time at the moment, and I was saying that like with him, it's more wanting that social clout now, you know what I mean? Like it's like you're putting your happiness in somebody else. You
have to be happy with yourself.
Yeah, it's almost like you need these guys to accept you, and then you'll be happy.
But it shouldn't be like that. It
definitely shouldn't. Like I was telling him, like you need to learn to clap for yourself, like big up yourself. You know what I mean? Like I'm mean. You know what I mean? Like I try to sort of instill that type of confidence. Like when people ask me, how come you're so confident? And I go, because I love me. Like,
and do you surround yourself with like those type of people?
Yeah, I do. There's only
like you got to keep like a positive inner circle, man.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, with my circle, everybody knows that like that I'm confident. You know what I mean? And like I try and compliment whenever I can, you know what I mean? I also compliment myself. Like it's something that I've sort of trained myself to do. Like, you know, you're this, you're that, you're this. I don't have to tell people about it. You know, I tell myself, you know what I mean? And that's something that I think that a lot of people need to sort of get over, is like you don't need them to validate how amazing you are. You know, why don't just wait for them to compliment you. Compliment yourself. You can go through life like feeling good, like being in your own world, being like your own person. Like everybody else can be doing their own whatever, but don't just wait for them to compliment you. Like don't do things for people to compliment you. You know what I mean? Like I just
do it for you.
Yeah, I just did this. Like any comments that come at you, like that's just extra.
Yeah, like I know a few people like in my inner circle who are like really sad, like they can't find a girlfriend or a boyfriend. They're like, oh, you know. But I'm like, hey, if you don't love yourself, then why would anyone else love you? You know,
100%.
You can't expect to like date someone, expect them to fill the void.
Nah,
because they never will.
And it's not fair too to that other person too.
You're sitting like the expectations are. You know, you can't put them on that.
Yeah, like it's a void that you need to fill yourself. Like it's not like you have to change your mindset before. Like a lot of people just go, I'm gonna just go over there and then I'll be better, but you're carrying everything in this environment there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's good to sort of get rid of all the negatives around you, but you need to focus on loving yourself.
Like Anonymouz said something when he was on the podcast. He said that where you are and the people you hang around is like one big vision board, right? You're a product of your environment. Yeah.
Show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Yeah, that's right. So like if you surround yourself with negative people that just are always bitching and moaning and hating and stuff, then you're going to start to, it'll seep into you as well.
Because then that's all you will attract.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So you got to like find out, like there's a reason why you never see like a CEO hanging out with a dude on the benefit. Like it doesn't happen unless they're like related or something.
Yeah.
Because they'll have their circle around, like, and this is part of the problems that I had in hip hop. Sometimes is you're surrounded, and this used to get frustrating for me because I loved the genre, but then there would be aspects of the culture I didn't like, with the drugs, the bitching, the hating, the beef, all that, and it's like and so like I had to keep like a hand's length kind of a relationship with these dudes, because like I don't want to. You don't want that negativity seeping into you, and it can happen, and you not even know about it. You don't even know that it's happening to you. It's like a subconscious thing that you're.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get a fright one day that you've attracted. You look around and you go, shit, I'm surrounded by all these negative dudes, like guys who just complain about everything, single thing, man. And it's like, why are you so mad at everything? Like,
do something about it.
Do something about it, bro. Like, it's like, okay, what are you gonna do about it? You're complaining, but what are you gonna do something about it? Like, don't just focus on all the badness. Focus on like the positives. What can you do to better yourself?
That's right.
One big thing, like I think about with guys with like depression and all of that, is a lot of people. It's sort of the lifestyle as well. Yeah. Like you are gonna be unhappy if you eat bad. You are gonna be unhappy.
Yeah, totally.
You are gonna be unhappy if you don't train. If you're not doing any
physical exercise.
Yeah, if you're not doing anything to like help your body. Like it's not gonna help your mind state. If you're just gonna sit there and then be negative, you're obviously it's gonna affect your.
I'm not really religious anymore, but your body's the temple, man.
Exactly. And I'm pretty lucky. Like I stopped drinking and doing all of that stuff about 2 years ago. So so
I guess you noticed the change.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
was it straight away, or was it like after a month where you're like, oh damn?
Nah, well.
Like I even with my diet, like with me changing, like I cut back on my fast food.
Yeah.
And I noticed a huge change.
Yeah, well, that would. I think I still feel yuck with my eating and stuff like that if I eat bad, but with the drinking and everything, your mind's just clearer, because it's a depressant, right? And I've been depressed as well,
And I think in New Zealand, it's because we have like a binge drinking culture.
Yeah, exactly. And
so it's almost like you're conditioned to think that it's normal.
Yeah.
Like if you go to places in Europe, right? like they have alcohol like everywhere.
Yeah.
But they're more sensible about it. But like particularly here in Australia and stuff, we just
go ham.
let's get smashed,
yeah,
man.
Bro. Yeah. Yo, I can't wait for this weekend, bro. I'm gonna get hammered, you know. And it's like a cool thing to just get ridden off. You know, and that's from a young age, you know, like I couldn't wait.
And if you're around people that do that.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to start drinking. Like when I could sneak out and give me a couple bottles, that was me, bro.
Yeah.
Like young teenagers years as well. So I think that whole mindset, that whole the culture of us binge drinking and stuff like that's definitely affecting a lot of our teenagers too, like in terms of their mental state, because we start drinking young, we start doing drugs very young, and our brains haven't even developed yet.
That's right.
You know, our brains. So, and then like our whole outlook on life is way different. It's all tainted now because we've poisoned ourselves, poisoned our minds, and social media comes in, and all these negatives that you take into you, it becomes you. You know what I mean? You can't sort of get away from it because it's part of life. Your mate's going through the same thing that you're going through. So it's like, what can we do? It's something that I've sort of racked my brain a lot, is what can I do about this whole depression and about the suicide rates is going to, because I've felt it. I've been to that dark place. You know, I'm just lucky that I was strong enough to sort of pull myself out of it. You know, I understood that I've got so much more to live for. Like I was put on this earth to do something great. I don't know what it is yet. It could be through fighting. It could be through something else. But I know that I'm supposed to do something here while I'm here. So when I figure that out, I'm starting with my fighting. Fighting is the start.
That's only the start. It's not the finish.
It's not the finish. I'm starting with it. Me coming here and talking to you about it. Like I'm trying to bring like eyes on this message about, like, you know, with this mental illness and everything that we go through. Like it's lifestyle. There's a lot of things, but I think if we can start with the lifestyle change, then we can move on from there, right? Start with okay, you're not good for me, so you can go. You're not good for me, you can go. Like I don't have many friends, you know what I mean? Like I've got heaps of friends, bro, but like I don't.
But not like true friends.
Yeah, because I like my own company. You know what I mean? Like I like and because people a lot of people actually are only there until you can't do anything for them anymore.
Yeah, that's right. In your lowest moment, that's when you know who your true friends are.
That's when you know who your true friends are. So I try and keep my circle very small, you know, and like I try and put myself around dudes who have the same goal as I have, who have the same sort of
ambition, aspirations.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be around dudes who just want to party all the time. I'm not going to be around dudes who just want to be negative all the time. That's not what I want, because that's not what I'm about. You know, so. And
how does that help, like, you and your aspirations and where you want to go?
Exactly.
That only brings you down.
Yeah, so I want to be around people who pick me up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who tell me, like, you know, there's your goal, not somebody that tries to hold you back. Because I think with all these things, these youngins are around those people, like it's not cool to be different. You know, you know what I mean? Like you have to do what everybody else is doing, or else you're not cool.
And you have to in some countries. Like we're actually really, really blessed here in New Zealand, man. I mean, all you have to do is do some traveling, man, and see some other countries in the world to see how blessed we are.
Yeah, we are. I think this is the greatest country in the world, bro. Like in terms of just the people, the vibe, and everything. It's sad that we are up there in suicides and stuff like that, but I think
it might be a case of like us being isolated, the solitude, maybe, because obviously if you want to travel, it's not exactly cheap to travel unless you're going to like Oz. Oz gives a bit of a distorted reality because obviously Australia is a very good country as well, you know. But if you go to places in the Middle East and Asia, you know, you quickly
gives you
learn.
Perspective.
I got a massive eye opener when I went to India, man. Like a massive eye opener.
The poverty and stuff.
Yeah. Like the documentaries don't do it justice, man.
Nah.
And they can't show you the smell.
Yeah.
Like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's You know, and there's a billion people there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like sitting around like, oh man, my house, man, I need to get a better house. Like, you know, and like there's some people there that are living in slums. They don't have a roof over your head.
Yeah, yeah.
Roof over their head. And so like, it's very easy to get into that state of just taking stuff for granted and just not looking at the bigger picture.
Exactly. I think for me, China really did that for me too, bro, because when I came back, I was like, I'm grateful for everything that I have here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have much, but I have a lot more than probably 80% of the world. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people, bro, families that are living off like half of what I get paid, or not even that. You know what I mean? And these are families like working hard to get. And then when we come here, we're so lucky, bro, like with the government assistance and all of that stuff. Like, and then
because some countries don't have that.
Nah,
man. China doesn't have it.
China has $20 a month.
Yeah.
$20 a month. That's one of the boys was telling me, like, that's pretty much. And you got to jump through hoops to get that. You gotta that's the benefit. Like, you jump on the benefit, you get $20 a month. It's 100 yuan. That's like, that's mental, bro. You don't even that's nothing. You know what I mean? And like, coming here, bro, you just gotta be grateful, bro, for everything that you have. Like, grateful for your family, grateful for like everything that you got. I'm great, like coming here, bro, meeting you, giving me this, you know, this. I'm grateful for that. Just being able to talk about, you know, just about this topic.
Well, like, if us talking about it even helps one person, then it's worth it.
I had this conversation yesterday or 2 days ago. I said, on Saturday night actually. Like, if anything that I say inspires one person, that's my life. Like, I'm content with that, because that one person could create a ripple effect, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to change one person's mind, one person's like mindset, get away from that darkness that you feel, and you know, just learn, like, know how amazing you are, know how beautiful you are, you know that how much this world actually needs you. You know, you're part of a huge picture, but you're like, there's billions of us, bro, but you're important in this whole thing. So you got to understand that, like, without you, things won't run as smooth. You know?
No, they won't.
There, and then like that, like, we need to start talking and educating people more on. They need these classes in school. They need, like,
they don't teach it, eh?
How to deal with mental health, how, like, you know, like, start with the lifestyle change, start with the eating, start with all of that stuff.
It's a complex problem, though. Obviously, it's not there's no one solution.
Nah, there isn't, because everyone's
an individual.
Different. Everyone's different. Like, it's a chemical imbalance, bro, in your mind. So you could be born with it. Your experiences could have done something. People who grew up like with bad experiences, and I know a lot of people who's had a hard upbringing and stuff like that, and they have every right to be depressed, you know, like, they have every right to complain, but it's like,
the world isn't fair, man.
Nah.
But at the end of the day, no one is actually going to go out of their way to try and sabotage your life or stop you from getting somewhere.
Proceeding. Yeah.
Like, if you really want to do it, you can do it, and there's a lot of avenues to do it. Like, say if you're like not really that well educated, bro, you can go on YouTube and learn a whole bunch of stuff. There's like online courses. There's heaps. Like, there's a plethora of information out there.
Oh man, it's amazing. The internet's a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? Like, it's
double-edged sword.
It's probably the worst thing that we have in humanity, but it's also the best thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, I've learned a lot of things off YouTube. Like, I'm working on my car right now off YouTube. You know,
man, and it's all free.
It's all free, bro. It's all free. So I think we just need to just educate ourselves. Like, don't dwell on all the negatives in life, because the world is negative. You know, but it's just
it is, man.
Like, you just got to stay positive, surround yourself with positive people. Like,
that's part of the reason why I do this podcast, bro. Like, I've met some cool ass people, and it motivates me. And some of these people are like really successful, so it's like,
oh man, I've seen some of your guests, man, and it's amazing what you're doing. You're giving a voice to people who won't normally get that message out there, you know, with your viewers and stuff, and the messages that a lot of your guests bring. It's amazing. Like, once people start. New Zealand starts listening to our own, You know, we get
Rather
a better
than
understanding.
we're so focused on like America and stuff, and I'm like, it's a different culture,
It's a different culture,
different place. They have their own sets of problems.
Exactly.
They're a different president to our prime minister. You know,
Yeah,
they're like apples and oranges.
Exactly, and then like this is us. This is all homegrown stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and this people need to jump on this because we're different from the rest of the world. How like New Zealanders, you know, we're different. We're just different, bro. Like it's so amazing how different we are and how
like even Kiwis and Australians, man, we are very different.
Yeah,
like some people think we sound the same. I'm like, we definitely do not sound the same, man.
Nah, mate, you don't sound.
Nah, mate, how you doing?
No, we
From
don't.
Aussie.
Exactly. We're so different. We're so unique, and it's cool. We got a good thing going now in New Zealand. And, with you know, with all the negatives and everything else that we have right now, I think we're on the right track. Just need a lot more education in terms of the mental stuff.
Yeah,
you know, and that's
definitely said it, bro.
Yeah.
Right now, we need to smash some Scorched almonds before
we
go. So how long have you gone without these?
Well, I bought me a packet for after my fight, and I wasn't gonna have Scorched almonds before the show. So I'm not gonna lie, I had some probably last week on Tuesday. My wife opened up a packet.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh damn, why'd you do that? Why'd you? And then so she goes, I'm not gonna finish it all. You can have half. And I was like, oh. All right.
I'm dangerous when it comes to food, man. If you give me a packet of like lollies or chocolate or anything, I won't even know I've smashed the whole thing.
Bro,
like,
I'll finish that whole box by myself, like, and I'll just be like, damn, there's no more left.
Cool, man.
Oh, so good.
All right. So if anyone wants to follow you on social media and stuff, where do they go? Like,
Instagram, it's just Lossy. So ITSJUSTLOSC. It's just Lossy on Instagram. On Facebook, it's Lost Flying Fijians. So LOS Flying Fijian. Snapchat, it's just Lossy as well. And that's pretty much my socials.
Sweet. Well, listen, bro. This has been awesome, bro. This is one of my favorite podcasts.
Thank you.
I've been saying that a lot lately, but it's because each podcast keeps getting better than the previous one.
I'm so grateful, like, to
bro,
be
we should
here.
do this again, bro.
I'm keen.
Yeah.
I'm really keen, actually.
Yeah.
Like, so much more that we want to talk about, and like that I would like to.
Yeah, we could talk about heaps of different stuff. Like, so that's good stuff. Cool. Well, that's the show, guys. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and make sure you follow the bro Carlos. And until next time, make sure you stay safe. Peace.
Peace. Later. Thank you, bro.